Okay guys, thanks for watching Artist Garage once again. Today we're going to replace front brakes and rotors on a Toyota Sienna 2010 up, or pretty much all similar. The first thing and only thing you got to remove right now is the bottom bolt right here. It's a 14 millimeter, so we're going to go on and remove it. You can use a 14 millimeter wrench, you can use a ratchet and socket. I'm using a power tool. So we're going to remove that guy right there. Now with a little help of a screwdriver, we're going to gently pry up. We're going to lift the caliper all the way up. We're going to slide out completely and rest it on the top at a safe spot. And we're going to compress it later. I'll show you how to do that. Now these brakes have retainer clips, so we're going to remove them. The new brakes come with new ones. Your brakes might not, so don't discard them. Keep them in a safe spot. We're going to take a flat screwdriver, remove the rear brake pad, remove the front brake pad. Now what we need to do next is remove this bolt here and this one here to get the bracket off, so we can remove and replace the rotor. We need a 17 millimeter socket and a ratchet, so we're going to stick it on and snap them loose. That's one. Now we get the top one out. That's two. I got the bottom one out. Now I'm going to get the top one out once I break it loose. I remove the bracket and the bolt. Now there's two ways to remove this rotor. You can run in a threaded bolt here. I believe it's a 20 thread. And it'll push the rotor out. Or you can give it a slap with a big hammer if you prefer. We're changing the rotor anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright, that's not going to work. I don't want to keep on banging and mess up the hub, so watch this. Alright, this is a proper way of doing it. I got this bolt right here. I'm going to run it in. Now we're going to take our impact driver. Now we're going to remove the rotor. Okay guys, we're using asbestos brakes and rotors, and they do come with new hardware, so we can discard the old clips. Here we go. Use a screwdriver and pry them all out. They're all going to come out. Take all four of them out. There's two on the top and two on the bottom. I'm showing you how to install the new ones. Anyway, take them out the way you put them in, because they're all angled differently. Alright, as you can see, I put 1, 2. I put those on. I got this one on, and I'm putting the last one on right now. To show you, just push it down, snap it in. Make sure it's sitting flush. Let me give you a better view. Now we're going to install the bracket. But before we install the bracket, we're going to put on the rotor. Alright, very important. Do yourself a favor. You want to run one of the lugs in to hold the rotor flush against the hub, so you can install the bracket with ease. It makes it a lot easier to catch the rear bolts that hold the bracket on, because the rotor won't be getting in the way. Now we're going to run in these bolts all the way in, down all the way using our ratchet. Nice and tight. Last one. Okay, our brakes also come with a little retainer clip that goes on one side of each side of the brake. You put this guy in, simply snap it in. Okay, so now the trick on putting this brake pad in, it's going to be real tight with the retainer clip. It's an anti-rattle retainer clip. You want to put the non-retainer clip side in first on an angle, push down on the notch here, and slide it right in. And it's nice tight. Do the same thing on the back. Okay, now that we got the retainer clip on the rear brake pad also, we're going to go on and install this one. Put the bottom one in first. We're going to notch it in on the top, and it's going to slide right in. And it's going to sit nice and flush. Okay, now we're going to put the retainer clips in on the brakes. They got holes in there. So we're going to put the bottom one in first. Then we're going to put the top one in. Then I'm going to show you how to compress the pistons in. Two different ways, so stand by. Alright, these guys are in. Let's open it up a little bit, give it a little bit more tension, so they don't put pressure on the calipers and cause premature failure of the brakes. Okay, that's much better. Now watch how we do the calipers. Right, the first way to do this is take one of the old brake pads we removed, lay it on top of the pistons, take your pliers, put it in the center, and start to compress it nice and slow. Nice and evenly, and they'll both go in. Little pressure, don't go crazy on it. It's gonna go in. See how it's moving in? Wait till it goes all the way in flush. Or if you prefer to be a little bit more professional, you can get one of these tools here at Harbor Freight. They push in dual piston calipers. You can lay it in there and you pump it and it pushes them in nice and slow. Well, we got the caliper in. Now let's put it on. Okay, now I'd like to take some synthetic braking caliper grease and put on the guide pin on the top and remove the bottom guide pin and put on the top bottom one also. Reinstall the guide pin. Make sure it's moving freely. Now we're going to install the caliper and snug it on. And we're done. Okay, now we're going to take our caliper. We're going to slide it in. We're going to close the pads down. We're going to bring it down nice and slowly. Push this notch in over here. Now we're going to take our bolt. We're going to catch it. We got 14mm socket and ratchet. Tighten it up. And we're done. And please, don't forget, pump your brakes up before moving your vehicle. Get that pedal up. Thanks for watching.